Thank you for listening to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard. This episode has been brought to you in part by social support from Mark Gunn. Find out more about the Celt Father at markgunn.com and look him up on iTunes under Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. It's also been brought to you by support from Blame Your Brother Podcast. You can find out more about them at bybpod.com. And also, of course, we'd like to thank all of our lovely listeners. Thank you and enjoy the show. Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard.
You can't see us, but I am TeeVo, and that is the Beard.
And this episode has been brought to you by 100-degree weather because our neck of the woods does not realize it's autumn yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was sweating on the way to the studio today, and that's not that long of a walk.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I like to think that this podcast is brought to you by news.
Oh,
specifically news. New York Comic-Con news. So, S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff.
Yep.
Because every time S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff happens, I want to know about it.
Right. Yeah.
Not much of it going on.
But we have a date.
We have a date.
Yeah.
That's really all they.
Yeah. Which is more than we've had.
More than we had, but not as much as we've had in the past.
Right.
The thing I was looking forward to New York Comic-Con was, since they didn't go to San Diego, because we knew they weren't starting right in September like they've been doing.
Yeah, and we assumed that at one point they weren't even starting this year.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew when San Diego came around, I thought, okay, S.H.I.E.L.D's obviously not going to say something.
Right.
And they didn't, because they barely even started.
Yeah.
So, but they did say New York Comic-Con was the one where they're going to tell us all the stuff, when they're starting, what the season's about, who's in the show.
Yep.
And technically they did.
Right.
They did say that Natalie Cordova-Buckley, who plays Yo-Yo, will be a main cast member now.
Right. She's officially an agent.
She's officially there.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's going to be in space.
Yes. Clark Gregg's going to direct at least one episode.
We gathered that, though.
Yeah.
And then it starts on December 1st.
Yep. That's it.
Yep. Well, I'm intrigued because, clearly I've always wanted to know what happens. Mm-hmm. But, since season 2, when they said season 2 was going to be, the Hydra season.
Right.
They didn't say anything about humans yet.
Right.
And then season 3 was more Inhumans. Mm-hmm. And then season 4 was Ghost Rider.
Right.
I guess space is that thing.
Yeah. Capital S, I guess, for space.
Is that thing they're going to tease out.
Yeah.
Now, they did show footage of 20 minutes of the first episode. I read the synopsis, or kind of the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Again.
Thoughts?
Yeah. I guess they cleverly picked a good 20 minutes to show. I don't know if it was 20 minutes from the beginning, or just 20 minutes in general.
Yeah.
But doesn't tell me more than...
I'm guessing it's from the beginning because I guess it's going to kind of reacclimate us to everything.
Well, it just doesn't tell us much about what's going to come. Obviously, there's mysteries. There is a man with the man skin.
Okay.
So, what is he? Don't know, but there is someone who will take his skin off. And apparently, this is the only surprise. So, we saw at the end of season 4. Right. They're being abducted, essentially.
Yeah.
Not all of them got taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was an assumption I made at the
It was a happy assumption.
Yeah.
But only one. Can you guess the only one that wasn't taken?
The only one that wasn't taken?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we saw Clark in space.
He clearly...
season 4.
He clearly...
I'm going to guess Yo-Yo since...
No.
Hunter.
Well, I mean, sure.
As
far as we know.
Yeah.
As far as we know. Yeah. Who knows? He could have been...
I'm trying to make an educated guess.
For all we know, he could have been up there.
Yeah. He could have been the reason they got abducted.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, no, May.
No.
I'm just going to go through the list, so go ahead and tell me.
It's Fitz.
Fitz, okay.
For some reason.
Huh.
Yeah. Everybody that was sitting at that happy diner was taken except Fitz. And I'm kind of curious of why, because you would think you would kidnap the original cast.
Right.
Or the long-standing ones.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, huh?
Very.
But why? Don't know.
Yeah.
Clearly, because we got to watch.
Right, yeah. So, another mystery.
But December 1st, so...
And we get 2 episodes
on December
1st.
So, whenever that happens, which is December 1st, we'll be there.
Yeah, because we don't know yet if it's going to be at 8 and 9 or if it's going to be at 9 and 10. Because we know the show is actually going to show at 9 on its regular schedule.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah,
but it is going to be on Friday, so
yeah.
I think I'd like to say it's going to be 8.
Yeah,
because
I would hope so. Unless they're going to do something really spectacular at the 10 o'clock one, because they're out of that primetime zone. They can do a little bit more like they did with season 4.
True. Well,
now we'll have to wait.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Little other things, the Pacific Rim trailer came out.
Yep. So,
and
bigger kaiju.
Well, I think Pacific Rim is always one of those things that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find any information out because it was one of those I go see, I enjoy it, I go home.
Yeah, it's definitely just pure entertainment.
Yes, but I do enjoy Charlie Day in those movies.
Yeah.
And a shaven Charlie Day.
Yeah.
That always surprises me because I associate him, like you, with
some sort of facial hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to have a light stubble next to none, it's like, wow.
It's a different guy entirely.
Let's see.
It's Charlie Knight is what it is. Yeah, it's the
Justice,
evil twin.
Justice League debuted their 11 billion trailer.
Right.
And
I don't feel like we got too much more out of it.
Because why should we?
Right.
At this point,
you can almost put the trailer together and just make the movie.
That was my worry. And to them, I credit that they haven't showed that much different footage.
Right.
So it's not going to look like when I went to see Batman vs Superman that I'm hitting those points I saw in the trailer.
Right.
But still, you're still putting out a little too much.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. No,
I know people who are very excited each time a trailer comes out. But, it's only coming out next month.
Yeah.
And you started advertising it almost 2 years ago.
Basically, yeah.
It feels like it.
Yeah. Yeah, because for a while I wasn't sure which was coming out first, Wonder Woman or Justice League.
Exactly.
Because, the trailers were kind of neck and neck.
I kind of feel bad for some of those actors.
Yeah.
Because between the rigorous shooting and then the promotion.
Yeah.
And then the rigorous reshooting.
Yep.
And then more promotion. They have to wonder, are we still working on the same movie?
Right, yeah.
Like I feel like we should.
Are we on the sequel yet?
Yeah, I feel like shouldn't we be doing the second one for each other's movies?
Right.
Meanwhile, Aquaman's over there going, I'm actually doing both, and it's really freaking exhausting.
Right. Yeah.
And Flash is like, I'm still waiting on if I even have a movie.
Right. Yeah. He's over there watching Flash on CW instead of
exactly
recording anything.
Exactly, but it's coming out in a month. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
And I say that thank goodness because I want to see it, and thank goodness I don't have to watch another trailer.
Right. Yeah.
But the movie does master the trailer stuff. Thor.
Yes.
Because it's Marvel.
Yeah. No, I'm out of the two movies, I'm definitely more excited to see Thor.
Oh, it's almost no contest.
Right. And the opposite with the trailers, like you were saying, Marvel's mastered it. Every time I see a new Thor trailer,
which has only been 2.
Right, but I get more excited to see it.
And that's the other thing. It's coming out only a couple weeks before Justice League. They've only advertised it, months ago.
Yeah.
Yet they knew how to build the excitement.
They did.
A lot of people are, I guess, spoiled right now with Justice League. They're like, when's the Avengers Infinity War trailer coming out? It'll come out when it comes out.
It will, yeah.
And believe you me, it will be spectacular.
Yes.
Because they know.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what's going to happen. You're going to see it regardless we put out a trailer.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of these. It's like, if Ragnarok didn't have a trailer at all, or like any promotion or TV spot, as long as I knew it was coming out, I'm going to see it. So yeah, they know, why spend $11 billion on 50 billion trailers if we can show you 2 or 3 and get you in the seat.
Speaking of Marvel trailers, so there is a new Hulu show coming out.
Yes.
The Runaways. Were you familiar with The Runaways before this?
Only in passing. I've started reading the 2003 comic run because one of our longtime fans, Saran, recommended that particular run to me.
Okay.
And I'm definitely enjoying it.
Okay.
I'm not sure where the TV show is going to...
Clearly the first story, I think.
Yeah. But it's going to definitely... Because there's a big difference between 2003 and 2017 as far as technology and a lot of things go.
Well, without any spoilers, because I've known it in passing. And I know the big shock of the first arc.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I hope that's going to happen in maybe not the first season of the show. It doesn't have to happen within the first season of the Runaways, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to stray too far from their original source.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, unlike, say, a Daredevil or a Luke Cage, there's not, a plethora of stories and comics
there's only
and
like
years.
a very small handful.
Yeah, so
things
to
pull
not adapt that,
Yeah.
it's kind of silly. You
Yeah,
have a very finite set of stories here.
Yeah, and they're not even trying to hide anything because, it's going to have the Runaways.
Yes.
It's going to have the Pride because that's right there in the synopsis. That's not even the spoiler part.
Yeah. And that is not the spoiler part I was getting at.
No. Will there be a dinosaur? Who knows?
I think they already said that.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it in the trailer, so
I think there was a big hint to it.
okay.
And I think they've already pretty much said that.
Okay.
While you may or may not have seen it in the trailer, there will be old lace.
Because something like that can make or break a show when you have like CGI and all that, as we've discussed back with Attack on Gorilla City.
Well, I will get to that later with CGI.
Yeah.
But I will not right now. And lastly, Star Wars: Last Jedi.
Yes.
And the House of Mouse, man.
I know.
They know how to build it.
They do.
But Ryan Johnson, the guy who directs it, says if you want to avoid spoilers, don't watch this latest trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I didn't listen at all because I was like, I'm watching it immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess I can see where you're getting at, but you still didn't show us anything.
Yeah, I don't feel spoiled at all.
I mean, I have more guesses now.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can make more, educated guesses than before, but there's still, like Kylo Ren's face scars. Like, what's going on here?
And it's like, well, that's not surprising because he did get scarred.
Yeah.
The only thing that maybe he was leaning at is if they really are going to compare The Last Jedi to, like, The Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
We all remember The Empire Strikes Back. Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it does end kind of depressingly.
Right.
So they're thinking that Last Jedi is going to end depressingly.
Mm-hmm. So do you think Kylo's going to kill Leia?
I was actually talking with Spirit of Mike.
Mm-hmm.
It could.
Yeah.
Because while they did say that Carrie Fisher will be posthumously featured or credited with The Last Jedi and the next one.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about character being alive.
Right.
So, don't know. And man, Kylo Ren, if he does that, we don't know.
Right.
He really has some serious parents issues.
He does, and he will officially become the worst bad guy in Star Wars history.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah.
That's one, but it's a maybe.
Yeah.
It's not like they blatantly showed it.
Right.
And also, there is a big hint that Rey will join the dark side.
Yeah. Or are they trying to push that thought on us so that when it doesn't happen, we're like, oh, twist.
Or even big twist, because trailers do that, is she even talking to him?
Yeah, yeah. Or is she talking to one of those little porg things? Merchandising is what I call that little creature.
Porg?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I like it in the same way I like the Ewoks.
Oh.
Where it's like, okay, you exist in this galaxy.
Will
fine.
Will you be buying a porg for Littlebeard?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably. I'd rather buy... she's more interested in BB-8, so I want to kind of...
Well, BB's still around.
That. Yeah. So I want to kind of aim her towards that instead of this thing that...
So do you already have plans for the Beard family to watch The Last Jedi?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping as, all three of us can go at the same time. The problem is, you get a movie like that, it is uber loud. What will probably happen is we'll probably see it twice. Me and Mrs. Beard will see it one time alone.
So I take it closer to when it actually releases.
Right.
And then because if I remember the last time when The Force Awakens came out, the Beard family saw it way later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Way later.
Literally the next year.
Literally the next year.
Yeah, because it was on January 1st.
Yes.
Yeah. And
is that the plan this time around? Do you know?
No, the plan this time around is to see it, make a date night of it sooner, and then make a family day of it later.
So just the Beard lovers.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Baby Beard can see it later when it's less crowded, and and also me and Mrs. the Beard have already seen it. So if the noise or action or whatever is too much for Little Beard, we can leave and not feel like we're missing the entire movie.
I just want to say that I switched to calling the child Little Beard now because I feel like Baby Beard is
Yeah, she's 4 now, so
Yeah.
I guess
No more baby.
No more baby. Yeah.
No more baby. It's Little Beard.
Yeah.
Little Beard.
So.
Oh, that actually sounds great. Sounds like Little Bear.
I know, right?
Oh, I am so in favor of Little Beard.
It is
now.
official now. I have stamped it.
I am so in favor. But enough about Little Beard.
So,
let's get to.
You have any other nerdy news, or do we want to take a quick break and then go into the shows?
I think we're going to go into shows because we're in kind of familiar water.
Yeah.
But uncharted waters, because as I was saying to the Beard earlier this week, usually at most, we've always had like at least 3 shows to talk about, 4 if we got lucky.
Yeah.
It's a lot now, so
it is.
We got to really crunch ourselves.
So yeah, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to kind of, the spoiler ship is going to sail through where it's going to be semi-spoiler, a little spoiler, and then very spoiler.
Yes.
So stay tuned. And we're back.
So, first, going to tackle Inhumans.
Yeah. Now, you and I are doing Inhumans kind of differently.
Yes, I am going to watch it weekly. As I've said in my head many times, it's only 8 episodes.
Right.
So if I can't handle that.
Yeah, and I'm going to watch it because I care even, I don't care about the characters either. I'm going to watch it every other week, so I'm watching these 2 episodes.
So if anything, you're just going to air it the way they first aired it to you.
Right. Yeah.
Because they showed you 2.
Hey, they gave me an idea, so I'm running with it.
They gave you 2.
Right.
So that's your viewing. It's
so you're getting 8 episodes. I'm getting 4 movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
So but we are still going to get somewhat into spoiler territory because, like I said, I'm going to watch it either way. And
we're going to talk a little more.
Once I see it.
Once you see it, but I think this one, it's just my initial reactions.
Okay.
Is that. Again, when we said, what could happen in the third one, because as you were listening to the last episode of our podcast, episode 3 had already aired,
right?
And when you hear this, episode 4 will already air.
Yeah.
But really, I'd say it didn't stray too much into the good and bad. It kind of stayed with the way it's been going. Okay. There are things I like about the episode, and there are things that definitely could be fixed.
Do we actually get to know anything about the characters?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I would say you find a little more about Gorgon and Karnak, and maybe a little more Black Bolt. Actually, yeah, a good bit about Black Bolt.
Okay.
And his past. But it also made me angry because it is a kind of like there is a royal family. They're not they are not self-imposed.
Okay.
It is a line of people.
Okay.
And it made me mad because, we could totally put a royal family somewhere on S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And you know what? For Easter egg's sake, they could have worn the old Black Bolt onesie.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. Just saying, but hey, pass is a pass.
Go back, re-record it, re-release it on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Just put a giant mural in Sky's mom's room because I forgot her name.
Yeah.
Jiaying. Put a giant Inhumans mural, royal family mural in Jiaying's room. There we go.
Yeah.
I feel a little closer to them now.
Yeah. Right.
But nonetheless, we do get to know more. I was disappointed this time in the Medusa storyline because it gave me nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, be prepared for that.
Yeah.
But the real tragic thing, I will close at least my thoughts on Humans is that, our big complaint is that we don't know these characters.
Right.
We are literally thrust into this world with the assumption that we got to know them.
And we're supposed to care.
We're supposed to care.
Yeah.
They, on the show so far, at least to me, they are giving such good stuff to the characters that we don't know.
Yeah.
That just popped up.
So like the secondary and tertiary characters?
Yes.
Okay.
That you're like, yeah, I like these characters.
Yeah.
Like, you met some of them. The kind of band of brothers that are helping Gorgon out.
Okay.
You learn a little more about them. And I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want bad things.
They need their own spin-off show.
I don't want bad things to happen. Yeah. I hope they come on S.H.I.E.L.D. And Black Bolt in prison meets a fellow friend. And again, it's like, I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I like you now.
Nice.
But that's, well, it's a nice thing. It's like, but these aren't the show.
Right, yeah.
You guys are not the show.
You're spending all your time and effort on these people instead of, the royal family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the tragic thing. I will say Karnak's story is... I feel like Karnak's story of the show has been the most consistent one.
Mhm.
Because, we may not have needed to know Karnak the most.
Yeah.
But they've given him a lot to work with within
Okay.
the character and the actor. And it sure shows in this one because he gets captured
Yeah.
by some pot dealers.
Okay.
But it's a little more exciting for him, than that sounds.
Yeah. I'm about to say it's become like an NCIS thing or whatever. All of a sudden it's...
Well, not that far off.
Okay.
So that's my initial thoughts on episode 3. Maybe I'll have more to say whenever you see them both.
Right.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
But again, things I like I really do like.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I really wish that they fix.
Yeah. Now, on the opposite side of that, I'm still watching Star Trek.
Yes.
And still loving everything about it. It is full of character and plot developments.
Mm-hmm.
You learn all these things about so many characters. Of course, mostly Michael, because she is the center of the show.
Have you... I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Spock's father since...
No.
No.
But we have seen your girl Michelle in hologram form. Oh. Yeah, because she does leave her last will and testament to Michael, and she ends up leaving her a gift, which I actually will not spoil in case some of our people are watching it weekly.
You'll say it off air?
I will, but it won't make any sense to you until you see it.
So then I won't bother.
Right, yeah. So it's definitely something where once she opens this case, it means more. Having watched the previous episodes, I would have to go do a play-by-play of the entire plot thus far. But yeah, we see a lot of a different side of the Federation in this, because the captain even specifies that even though they are on the USS Discovery, which was normally an exploration ship and Discovery, it has become a warship. So they are still battling the Klingons, even though we don't really get a small side story with the Klingons in this episode. We didn't in the last one. And you do get to see a little bit more about what's going on that side. But it doesn't connect to the Federation side, like in the first couple episodes. And it's still really worth watching. Not worth $7.99 yet, but it's getting close.
But to you,
it's getting closer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how about this?
Mm-hmm.
So, we do know that in the world of Vudu and iTunes and Google Play, Amazon, that seasons come on sale. Mm-hmm. In addition to being on Blu-ray.
Right.
Would this be a show so far that maybe I don't want to pay $8 a month, but when it all comes out, I buy the complete collection?
I would say if the entire season is, let's say, between $20 and $25, nothing extra to it, it's just the season itself, yes. If there's special features, I would pay upwards to $30, $35 for it. If we got some more behind-the-scenes stuff, some how it was made, definitely bloopers, because there's a lot of seriousness.
You'd like to see people crack up.
I do like to see people crack up, especially when they're in very serious scenes.
And costumes.
And in costume, yeah. Especially like Doug Jones, because the character he plays is very Spock-like, very serious, but also very harsh to Michael. Oh. Yeah. And I would love to see him screwing up his lines. And and that's only assuming that Doug Jones has the ability to screw up lines.
There you go.
Yeah, he could.
But so far, so that would be a yes. So
yes.
Maybe if I don't want to pay right now or do it in other non-ethical ways to watch the show,
right,
that would be something you would recommend.
Yeah, especially if it's for sale on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't. When you're backing certain companies, like if this was on Netflix and I didn't already have Netflix, I would pay.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay CBS for one show. I'm not a... Monthly, especially. Yeah. I'm not an Apple fan, so I'm not going to pay iTunes for the show.
Well, I wasn't backing anyone.
I know you weren't backing.
I was just listening.
But I will back Amazon.
I was just... Well, if we're going to back people, Vudu,
yeah. So Vudu or Amazon, definitely.
I'm a big Vudu person.
Yeah. So, and Vudu and Amazon.
But I wasn't trying. All right, listeners, I was not trying to back anyone. Yeah. I was just simply stating that these are platforms that sell stuff.
You weren't accidentally making an Apple commercial there.
No, I was not.
Yeah. But But if it came to Amazon or Vudu, I would say definitely buy it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So staying in space.
We're staying in space. So I'm going to give you a challenge, sir.
Okay.
Synopsis of this episode, The Orville, in 5 sentences.
In 5 sentences. All
I'm
right.
going to count off with my fingers. You guys won't see it.
With your fingers.
With my fingers.
So, we talked about this off air, and I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it is. So, we are still in space. We have come across somebody in danger. She could be a good guy or a bad guy. We don't really know. Come to find out, she's a time traveler from the future.
I'm going to use that as that's going to be a comment.
There's a comment there, yeah. There is a love interest in this. And Seth MacFarlane is really learning how to mix his humor with the sci-fi world.
Yes.
Yeah. So now go out and watch it based on those 5 sentences.
Overall, you had mentioned this off air as well, that this was the most of the episodes so far. Yeah. I mean, we've only got, 5?
5, yeah.
Of a filler episode.
Right, but not in a bad way.
No.
At all, yeah.
Well, I figured that it was going to be expected. Yeah. Because as you said, it's very episodic.
Mm-hmm.
So if that, to me, when you say episodic, it sounds like all of them are filler episodes, but you have to watch it all,
right?
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So this one kind of just fits that scheme.
It does, yeah. And there's no big message in this. There's no, they're not talking about religion or gender or anything like that.
No, it was just simply a fun story.
Yeah.
What did you think of Miss Charlize Theron?
I think she did a really excellent job. Yeah.
You can tell she's friends with Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Though. Otherwise, why would she be there?
Right.
Like, really, why would she be? She would never be there.
But she did such a great job in that role that I forgot who the actress was for a while. I was like, she was actually a time traveler in space as far as I was concerned.
I will say, because it was Seth MacFarlane, sometimes I don't know what lines to take seriously.
Right.
So when they cornered her, they said, "Hey, who are you?"
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And she said, "Okay, yeah, I'm a time traveler."
Like,
At first I was thinking, oh no.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're very serious.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the because this one, obviously Charlize Theron's character was the main focal point.
Right.
The last few episodes we've had, interactions with, Bordas and Alara and Isaac.
Yeah.
This time, not as much.
No, but Isaac did learn a lot in this episode.
Isaac did learn a lot. But in particular, main storylines revolving.
Right.
This time, I think it revolved a little more around Kelly and Ed back again.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What did you think of, that?
I liked it because it does that thing that I keep talking about with Orville, is it humanizes and makes Orville more realistic than something like Star Trek. Because it's like, if you have these two exes working together on a ship, it's not going to be all hunky-dory all the time.
They're going to say some stuff.
They are. But if this exact storyline was happening, I can't speak on Discovery, but like on The Next Generation or something, it would just, the humor in it and the feelings in it would be ignored. Mm-hmm. And it would just be like, oh, well, we have to work together. Oh, you like this girl now? Okay, you go on and...
Yes, we have to stop this time traveler.
Yeah, yeah, so... But this was like, okay, we have to stop this time traveler. Also, I'm jealous that you were making googly eyes at this woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other Seth MacFarlane thing was when he was showing her, the simulation of his favorite planet.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Have you ever been here?" "Oh, no."
Yeah.
And I forgot the reason why he won't, but just the reason why I was like, of course.
Yeah, it was like some horrible creatures that live there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, oh, of course.
That worship a raccoon god.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, that's you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he's doing it just right, where he's mixing this humor in, where we're going to make this joke, and it's going to last longer than like a regular sitcom joke, because even on that planet simulation, it was a few lines in.
Yeah.
But it's not going to overdo it in the way that Family Guy and American Dad did.
I'm gonna reference again my initial thoughts of the show. I think he's really this show really respects the genre.
Right.
He obviously is who he is,
but
he's respecting the genre. And I think that's what's making it good, is that he's doing his thing. That's okay. I mean, if it wasn't you, they could have got anybody. Yeah. But they obviously chose you.
Right.
But it's a good thing that he's making a sci-fi show.
Yes. Yeah, and I have to disagree with the review that I've recently read about the show. I don't think it's trying to be Star Trek.
But I mean,
it's got elements of
even
it.
if it is, I mean,
It's doing a good job at it.
Well, the thing I say to stuff like that is like, well, I mean, Star Trek's one of the first big science fiction shows. What's not going to be like Star Trek now?
Yeah.
I mean, and I think if you told that to the creators of the show, they'd be like, good, that's a great compliment.
Right.
Thank you. I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's like if you insert a famous podcast and you're just like, oh, TeeVo and the Beard are trying to be them. I mean,
thank you.
Who isn't trying to be them? Yeah. Who doesn't want to be like Chris Hardwick right now?
Right, yeah. You guys sound just like the Nerdist. Well, thank you.
Great. Yeah. I mean, in that bad way. I didn't think that.
No. You cannot use that as an insult.
Can we be Chris Hardwick?
Right.
So just stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to insult it like that, be more specific.
Right, yeah.
Why is being like Star Trek a bad thing?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it's like, it just boggles my mind sometimes like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But
people have opinions, and that's okay.
That's okay, yeah. And staying on the Fox train.
Yes.
So, The Gifted.
My turn?
Right. Yes,
My turn?
Your turn.
Okay.
I got the hand ready. Yeah, it's not that easy, is it?
Mutants in the ER.
Mutants in the ER. Okay. Or the XR, as the episode's called.
Green is the new Polaris Black.
Nice. That sounds like a commercial for our snowmobiles, by the way.
Really?
Polaris makes snowmobiles.
What?
Not the character Polaris, but there's a snowmobile company called Polaris.
Really?
Yeah, so when you told me when you text me that you like Polaris, I was confused for a minute.
Oh.
I forgot that the characters shared the same name.
I didn't even know that was a revelation.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Well, that makes a lot more sense of why you're hesitant to answer back now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So yeah, green is the new black Polaris.
Blink out of control.
Nice.
Law and Order Mutant Division.
Nice.
And what are their names? Blonde chick stuffed portals.
The kids.
Oh wow.
Yeah, why is it we can't remember human actual names?
Oh, and I even put a note on trying to know their name.
Yeah.
I am blanking, aside from Stephen Moyer's character, which is Reed,
mm-hmm.
I am so blanking on everybody else's name.
Yeah, no, if they have human normal names, I cannot tell you who they are.
Oh, wow.
I remember the beautiful Amy actress.
Yes. the cousin of Amy Acker.
Right.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, listeners. Like, I really tried, obviously not hard enough, because I was about to say, stop portals, like, what is your name?
Right. Now, you know
I saw her. All of them.
You know who else isn't trying hard enough? Fox in their marketing. I don't know if you've seen this, but they're talking about Fox itself is saying that Gifted is one of Marvel's best shows. That's their marketing for it. It's like, really, that's what you're going with. One of Marvel's best shows. Yes, you're like Marvel's best show right now. You know.
Well,
granted, the Shield. You know, since Shield's
I guess it's better than saying one of Fox Marvel's best show, of which you're the only one. But
saying one of fill in the blank's best shows, it's like, yeah, if you exist within this franchise, you can say that. It's like, market yourself better. You are doing a really good job, Gifted. Let people know. Brag about yourself a little bit.
I will say I really enjoyed because Blink.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so interesting because I really like the character in the movie.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past. So it's so interesting to see the early days.
Right.
Because I still think, just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, and she whoosh, woosh, whoosh this episode.
just not the way she
not
did
a controlled whoosh.
But because I'm thinking, oh, come on. What's the problem? Just flick some portals out.
Right.
So that it's interesting to see her just not being able to know how to use her powers, essentially. Right. And I didn't hate Marco in this as much as I usually do.
I will agree with that, but I also barely remember him.
There you go. But we did open up some, I guess, deeper psychological issues about me and Marco.
Yeah, so if you go back to listen to our Guardians of the Galaxy 2 podcast review, I mentioned my love for Mantis.
Not Palm Clementine.
No, not.
She's a lovely woman.
She is. But if I had a choice between the two of them, I'm going with Mantis.
And I think, I'm on that train. Just not with Mantis. But do I love Polaris? / Lorna?
Right.
Or am I in love with Emma Dumont?
And it's very possible that it's Polaris.
I think it's Polaris.
Yeah.
Because,
which could lead into why you really dislike Marco.
That I didn't realize that until you brought that up yesterday. It's like, that's very viable.
You have fictional jealousy.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And just with the green hair and everything.
And how they reveal the green hair I thought was very interesting.
The green hair and just something about the way the character carries herself. Granted, also it helps with social media now because, the actress that plays Polaris is a young girl today. Young girls today and men and everybody have social medias.
Yeah.
So she always posts pictures of Polaris.
Right.
Herself as Polaris. And I think that's another reason why.
So it's almost like you're following Polaris on Instagram.
It kind of is because if I'm correct, this is her main bread-winning job right now.
I think so, yeah.
So naturally, she's spending most times of her life right now being Polaris. And, she posts a lot.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
there you go.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But besides,
it does help that
besides the love.
Besides the love, she is actually the reason that you have the love there is because of the talent of the actress, because she does become Polaris.
Yeah, I feel, again, something that the Inhumans should be doing better. I feel the situation they're in.
Right.
Each of them, really.
Yeah.
With Polaris in prison, and Blink unable to control her powers, Thunderbird trying to just keep everything together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have something like in this episode. I consider this a Blink episode. We don't know for a fact, how long this show's going to last.
No.
So when you have a situation,
because one of Marvel's best shows got canceled after 2 years,
right?
So,
so anything could happen.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you put the city in danger like she did, you really don't know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that puts a lot more tension in there than something like CW, which we'll get into, I know.
Yes.
That spoon feeds you things. This is like, well, for one, finally in the Marvel Universe, New York getting the city in trouble.
Yeah.
Atlanta's the one in trouble here. And it hasn't burnt for centuries. So it deserves it again. So when that happens, you actually wonder who's going to get out of this, who's not, how are they going to get out of it, the ones that do survive, who or what's going to get cut in half.
I'm hoping for me personally, I hope I can get at least one more day on that show.
Yeah.
And because I want to be able to keep renewing my self-imposed membership.
Yeah.
Because when I watched the episode and she was about to ravage that place with portals, I'm thinking, where's my character right now?
Right.
And the way I thought of it was, I already left.
Right.
Once I heard Thunderbird going, we gotta leave. Okay. All right. Well, call me whenever it's fixed. So the scene where everybody's running away, I'm thinking, where am I? I'm already on 85.
Which is why you're not physically in the scene, because you're already gone.
I'm already on 85.
Yeah.
I'm out.
So do you want to remind our listeners, if they haven't listened to past episodes, what you mean by your character?
I fortunately had the opportunity to be a mutant on that show.
And what was your self-imposed powers?
I have the mutant sense of smell.
There you go. Yeah. So see, you smelled danger, and you ran.
And I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because as we saw in the show, there are people who they give, real makeup to show mutant abilities.
Right.
And even on the day of, there were a couple people who had prosthetics on. And there's some people who didn't.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because not every mutation you're supposed to be, I have wacky stuff going on. Sometimes people look normal.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, clearly I can't say I grow spikes.
That's true, yeah.
So I was like, what is so minute and uninteresting?
Yeah.
that I deserve to be here.
Yeah, and who knows that there could be a Fox executive listening to this that goes, that's a good one.
Yeah,
we're going to use it on someone else.
Yeah,
but TeeVo gave us a good idea there.
Yeah, that person's still wiped out.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, there are things that does make a lot of sense. Seeing that day I was because I went in blind without having seen the first episode.
Yeah,
I basically know in gist what the show's about and who's in the show. So there were things that happened. I was like, oh, that's why that was there.
Yeah, like half a van.
Half van, yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, still enjoy the episode.
Yeah.
It's really... I don't want to... Because I feel uncomfortable saying this because I don't know if that's their point.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that they're not focusing too much on the spectacle like the movies.
Right.
Which is something I think S.H.I.E.L.D. had a hard time figuring out in its first season.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that so far it really is about these group of mutants and this family.
Yeah. That being said, the special effects in this show
don't get me wrong, they're
outstanding.
They still care.
Yeah.
But it's not like, hey, look at this. It's not like X-Men Apocalypse.
Right.
Where it's like, look at this big spectacle. We're going to just punch and
Yeah.
throw stuff and you're going to love it because you love mutant action.
Yeah.
Yes, but
at the same time, you can watch this episode and realize why the entire country isn't freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you take something... We love Avengers, but with the attack on New York... Why weren't other people caring?
Yeah.
Why was only New York caring? Because that was a big... aliens coming from the sky. This is kind of more encapsulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a portal. And we're talking about little mini portals.
Right.
Not like you said, aliens descending upon the Earth.
So they found that good mixer. And also they find little ways to use it, like towards the beginning of the episode when it's a year ago and they're out bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just those little ways where it's like, okay, we're going to remind you that she's always had the powers.
But again, they want us to care about these people. And that's really smart on the show.
It is.
Because, any show really, because if we don't care about these people...
Yeah.
Why
are we going to keep watching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know people listening out there going, why are you still watching Inhumans? I care just a little bit, but I just...
Let's be honest, it's because it has Marvel in front of it.
But I want to care more.
Yeah. If it was just called Inhumans and it was made by some random
company out there... I will say, they may not hook me with caring about the royal family as much, but those side characters...
Oh yeah, those side characters got it going on.
I want to see what happens to them.
Yeah. So, and if something also happens to the royal family, so what?
Well, let's just say if something happens to a couple of the royal family,
you're fine with it.
It won't be as sad. There are going to be a couple where it's like, oh no.
Yeah. It's like, I know they weren't doing anything with you, Medusa, but we don't want to see the actress leave.
Well, I think if it turns out the way it's been going, all of you are leaving at some point.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, enough riding on Inhumans.
Yeah.
And I think we did a good run on Gifted so far for today.
Yeah, so I think we're going to take another break and then we're going to go into the CW shows and full spoiler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me! Spoiler alert!
Alright, now it's time for The Flash and Supergirl.
So I think we're going to start with The Flash.
I think so.
5 second. Ooh, that'd be tough.
That would be.
Well, that would be a job for The Flash.
That would be a job for The Flash.
5-sentence synopsis.
Alright. So, Vibe is awesome. Kid Flash is awesome. Let's count that as one sentence.
Yeah. Vibe and Kid Flash.
Vibe and Kid Flash are awesome. Central City has new heroes.
Yes.
Flash comes back crazy?
Okay.
Question mark. Iris is a bit of a piece of work. That's the politically correct way to say how she was acting.
Mm-hmm.
And... Really, CW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. In fact, that could be our entire review right there.
Okay, first of all, for those dedicated dozen who listens to us, our feelings about CWDC.
Yeah.
Particularly about Arrow, particularly about Legends.
Yeah.
And lately, The Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So, being that, I really enjoy the first 20 minutes of the show.
Oh, for sure.
Because... we're going to get into it later with Supergirl, but I was telling someone that the thing that I really appreciate about Supergirl as opposed to The Flash, and keep in mind, again, I still haven't seen the first season.
Right.
But when there's something big that happens, you see the consequences. Yeah. They're really good about showing you the fallout. If it's a filler episode, forget about it.
I was about to say, yeah, Supergirl has literally not done that with only one episode.
Yeah. But with something big, it's supposed to like the main story arc of the season.
Yeah.
They're really good about showing consequences of those actions.
Yeah.
And that's where, the Flash fails us sometimes.
Yeah, but we thought we were getting that at the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we have Kid Flash, we have Vibe, Iris is manning the command center.
Yes. Joe
is working in it.
The only nitpicky thing I have to say is that just where did things fail in that 6 months?
Yeah.
Because as we left, we thought, okay, no Barry, they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Assuming Jay's still going to, at least pop in and out.
Right.
Harry's going to be around. Julian's going to be around.
Right.
None of that was happening.
Nope.
Because the thing that I can see why 1 in 3 criminals get by you.
Yeah.
No one's teaching Kid Flash.
Right, yeah.
He's still being Kid Flash. You basically have 2 sidekicks working as sidekicks to nothing.
Very much so, yeah.
And that's why when she said, well, you're not doing as good of a job, 1 in 3 keep getting away. I can see why. Yeah.
But I can kind of feel for Vibe there. Not Cisco, but for Vibe. Yeah. On at least we catch 2. Exactly. It's a good. We get over a majority of them. So.
Well, it's just it really echoes to the old days when Barry was training, but he had a good teacher.
Right.
Granted, it was the Reverse Flash.
Right.
But still,
he didn't know that at the time.
He didn't know that, but he still had a good teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering why no one thought to say, "Hey, Jay."
And that's the thing about the 3 missing people is like we knew a few weeks before this show started that we weren't going to get Julian back.
Yeah.
So
we didn't
know. And also we didn't know it would be like one line they were going to say about him.
Yeah.
The fact that Harry wasn't there was very confusing to me, and the fact that Jay is not even mentioned, much less there.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's like you have resources. Why aren't you using these?
And, I'm not trying to be mean to Mr. John Wesley Shipp, but
what else are you doing?
What was he doing? Did he not want to come, or you didn't want him to come?
Right, because if you didn't want him to come, then you're dumb.
Yes. And because were you worried about your budget? Because Yuri kind of shot it. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, but it's like there was no announcement of him going back to his own Earth or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's just simply not there. At least they mention Harry.
Yeah. At least they mention Julian.
Yeah.
A very crappy way.
Right.
But they said something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's, to me, if they had Jay around, it would have been a nice homage to the old show.
Right.
So that the Flash is John Wesley, because he used to be the Flash. And it gives more opportunity to tell stories without Barry.
Right.
Essentially around. They still could have used Barry, but...
Now we're still talking about the first 20 minutes of the show here.
Yeah, these are opportunities missed.
Yes, very much so. But who do they bring back? Caitlin.
And that's the stupidest line.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so we learn that Vibe, more Cisco.
Yeah.
Cisco than anything else.
Yeah.
Said that basically since the night Barry left, he's been working on how to get him out of the Speed Force without causing a Speed Force storm.
Or to quote the show, the night Barry left 6 months ago, because every character at one point says 6 months ago. It's like, we get it.
Yes. So I was okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So this is probably how you're going to get Barry out. That's fine. I'm still with you. They did indeed get him out.
Right.
But he came back all crazy.
Right, yeah.
I was like, okay.
With a beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. He's back, but he's not really back. We can work with this.
Oh, yeah.
We can totally work. Oh, God.
I like crazy. It's so crazy that they had to lock him up. They had to put him in a little containment.
But at a certain point, I was like, the predicted tropes started to happen.
Yeah.
Because if this should have been a 2-parter.
Yes.
This should have been a 2-parter to where he's crazy, all this episode and then half of the next one. And then something, even the same trigger can bring him back. But just at the end of it, you're just like, he's going to come back.
Well, even when Joe says that Iris is in trouble, and that's what triggers Barry. I thought for a moment, okay, he's going to save Iris, but still be crazy.
Yeah.
You know, kind of have that...
Kind of on instinct.
Right, yeah.
Oh, no.
No, he just goes, oh...
Not only that, he not only, not on instinct, get his old suit, he conveniently gets his new suit because he knew that was there for some reason. Point as people were getting at, it's like, just, wow. Yeah,
so not only did Barry not have to pay for anything he did, he got a new suit. He's faster now. So it's like, so you do some crappy things and you get rewarded for it.
And
in the
not
CW
only,
world.
And not only Barry, we're talking about the show.
Yeah.
Because they drilled us a whole year of Julian.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, I like you.
Yeah, because we didn't care if he stayed or went when he first got on there.
But you made us.
Right.
CW, you made us care.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
And at least with HR, you know, they made us not like him and then like him. At least they killed him.
and then gave a proper funeral.
Right, yeah.
Julian, he just left.
He just left.
Ever since Julian went back to London. Why?
Why? Are there metas in London? Is there going to be a spin-off of...
Did someone die? Did he have to go back?
Yeah.
Why? Why did he go away?
What are some British DC characters we can work with here? Yeah. I know, and if they did that, it would make it worth it.
Yes, but they're not.
No, because we would already know about it.
Yes.
I mean, we know that the crossover episode is going to be revolving around Barry and Iris's wedding.
Which
and that's not even a spoiler.
No. And the thing is, in the middle of the episode, this is a complaint. This is a formal complaint to the CW app.
Okay. Yes.
I
know where you're going.
I like to lodge a formal complaint. Yeah.
I second this already.
Don't show me previews of the next episode, especially when it has massive spoilers on the remaining minutes of the episode I'm watching.
Especially when you're only watching this episode the day after.
Yes.
It's not like we're talking, you waited a month to watch this.
Yes.
It's like it showed Tuesday, watched it Wednesday, and already we're seeing spoilers.
And why it really messed me up, because, okay, I pretty much knew he was going to come back at the end of the episode. It really reinforced it when I saw the preview of the next episode, and he is fully like
nothing ever happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, wow. That's something.
Yeah. So, trying to put a positive spin on the Flash, what are some things you think we can hope for in this
whole season?
So
far?
Yeah. Because it's going to be a hard one.
Yeah, I think it's drawing not as bad as the Inhumans line, but just the way it's like, there are things I really like, but you do things that just are stupid.
Yeah, it's like, you have more than one episode.
Yeah.
You can stretch some of this stuff out.
And if you saw the preview of the next episode, it looks so filler already.
Yeah, and it's too soon for filler.
Exactly. It's like, oh, we're going to have a mishap with everything about my new suit.
Yeah.
Really? That's the second episode.
And it's going to be fixed before the end of the episode. We know this. Yeah.
Yep. My last thought about CGI in The Flash is like, is it me, or did almost all the running sequences look too fake in this?
Yes.
Yeah. And I know it's such a nitpicky thing to be talking about a science fiction show.
Well, it's not that when we were just talking about The Gifted and how well they've done CGI.
But like the first sequence when Kid Flash is chasing Peekaboo on rooftops, it looks so Gorilla City.
It does. Yeah, I don't know where their budget has gone.
Not on Malfoy.
No, not on Malfoy.
Not on John Wesley.
Yeah. Not even on Tom Cavanaugh, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah. And I think we accidentally did them in order of how much they were probably making.
Probably.
Yeah.
But just, I guess I had to really think in the memory banks of other sequences, but just that was my initial thoughts. Like, wow, I don't believe this is actually happening in any capacity.
Yeah, this is an episode where they're not obviously not going to use this season to try to get new fans.
Yeah.
Because you have to already care about these characters.
Oh yeah. Good point. Because if you just start watching this, how can you care about any of these people?
Right. It would be like watching Inhumans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the last thing, I was about to say about Killer Frost, Caitlin Snow.
Yeah.
But really, You didn't expect to be found when you moved back to Central City.
Yeah, which Central City, when they show the Central City, when they show the big shots of it, it's supposed to look like this big metropolis type thing. Obviously, it's not, though, because finding people is very easy.
And that line, how did you find me?
Yeah. There's like one bar in Central City and you're working at it.
Yeah. And you move back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know your friends have satellites all over the city.
Yeah.
You know they found people who can literally disappear.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So she wasn't trying to hide that well.
Exactly.
Also, to nitpick the actors for a little bit here, Caitlin is a very pretty face to look at.
I agree.
Yeah. I think her acting may be getting worse. Yeah.
Elaborate.
I'm
not offended. I want to know your
she
thoughts.
seems very, and it's mostly when she's Caitlin. I do like her better as Frost than last season.
I did like her at the end as Killer Frost.
Yeah. But she's very wooden and almost seems like she's reading off of the script.
Maybe she's getting bored.
How did you find me, comma, Cisco? Oh, I'm not supposed to say comma. Look towards camera. Oh no, look away from camera.
Maybe she's getting bored. Maybe the actress is feeling what we're feeling.
Might be. She's
she's
like, guys, this is terrible what we're doing, right?
Okay, well, I mean, you're paying me,
right?
I mean, I'd put on Killer Frost makeup and do all those things. They pay me as much as well as Danielle Panabaker.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I mean, who are we to really talk about that?
Yeah.
At the same time.
And it could be simply the writing, where it's like they write terrible stuff for Caitlin and great stuff for Killer Frost,
or they just have terrible editors. Maybe they just pick all the wrong shots.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna film this once and use whatever. Yeah, whatever works. Yeah,
but yeah, so that's just that.
But enough.
Not only did Barry come back so easily, she also came back so easily.
Yeah. But at least they put like a little possible twist in there for her. But with him, there's nothing. He's just his back.
Yeah. Because it's the Flash.
Yeah. But enough complaining about the Flash.
We're going to praise.
We are going to praise the dead puppy dogs and off-colored rainbows.
Yes. And in my 5-sentence review, you already said 1, no puppy dogs and rainbows. Right. Supergirl sad.
Supergirl sad. Yeah.
Everybody sad. Talbot Morgan Chase is a bad guy,
right?
And Lena is a good guy,
right? That's it. Yeah.
I would say after I watched this episode that I really applauded. I would literally applaud right now because when we were talking about Flash, what Supergirl, from what I've seen so far, which is the whole season and part of season 1, is that when they
by part he means a couple episodes. The first season was like
3 episodes.
So like a 10th.
So pilot, live wire, Flash. That's it.
So 3 out of 22 episodes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, as I said, when they have a big story arc and there are big fallouts from that story arc, they're good about showing us that no, not everything's easy. And we're not just going to be all puppy dogs and rainbows immediately after.
Because guess what? Monel doesn't just automatically come back.
No. Well, it was nice to see the actor again. Yeah. He does appear in Dream Sequence. Yeah. So I was happy about that because, as you know, I was just smitten last season by Monel. Yeah. So it was nice to be like, oh, no, it's not real, but thank you.
But for a minute there, I did think that maybe she had visited him somehow. But then her mom shows up and it's like, oh no, you're definitely in a dream.
I like that they recasted Supergirl's mom. And I like that both Monel's mom and Supergirl's mom are played by Lois Lane.
Yes, yeah. Because DC, for better or worse, is really good about the Easter eggs sometimes. Yeah.
So
either that or they just have all their old actors on speed dial.
Well, I mean, I'm just waiting for the day that's, when a Lena-centric story and she gets a new business partner or a bad guy of the week and it's Michael Rosenbaum. Yeah. Because, come on. Yeah. Come on. Right. Why aren't you doing that? But nonetheless, it was nice to see Monel again. And it was really nice to see Supergirl live life with this decision she had to make. Yeah. Because it was her decision to get rid of the Daxamites that way. Right. Knowing that
he was a Daxamite.
Yeah. And he would have to either die or go away from this decision.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nice to see just the beginning that she's there, but not really there.
Right.
And everybody is affected. Not just her, everybody is.
Everybody, yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
No, I really liked it. We get to see, to go against what Kara herself says, we get to see the more human side of Supergirl.
Yeah.
Even though she tells Alex that she is not human, so she should not be acting the way she was.
Yes.
You know, we get to see, like you said, the repercussions of a decision made. And it's not the first 5 minutes she's sad about Mon-El. It's the entire episode.
I get the feeling that, like other good story arcs, you know, she might, you know, spoil it again, because it is puppy dogs and rainbows. She does get over it. I've got a feeling that that's not the last time we may see a little bit of that.
Right.
It might not be as heavy as the first episode,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised if there's not more moments in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely be more an emotional roller coaster
Yeah.
ride.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
Want
definitely
that.
good. Yeah.
We're with you on that one.
Yeah. But this one, it did really great, I think, of reintroducing the characters.
Yes.
So no matter if this is your first Supergirl episode or if this is your, you know, you've seen everyone before this, you've established who these characters are, but we're not going to spend the entire time telling you Alex is in a relationship with Maggie, this is how they met, this is all...
But unfortunately, again, going to nitpick on CWDC spoilers. Okay, we get it. She's going away somehow. Maggie's going away somehow.
Yeah.
We get it.
And also, though, with the... I was talking to our fan Saran about this. With the Maggie-Alex thing, can we have an episode where they don't fight?
Yeah.
I mean, just please. Just one.
Well, it's going to come soon, because she's going to go away.
Right. You know,
So
don't fight before you leave.
Oh, they're going to fight, and then CW's listening. Oh, good. But they're not. It's just going to be no Maggie and Alex.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, you got what you asked for. They're no longer fighting.
They're not fighting.
Yeah. But at least it's not as spoilery as, you know, Flash.
True, but just little stuff like that. It's like, you know...
Yeah.
Because they're fighting, they make up, but we know...
Right.
Well, it's not going to last.
Yeah. So it's like, why do you even make up? Just cancel the wedding. Barry's getting married. We already have a wedding in the CW world.
Yeah. But anyway, enough about that.
Yeah. So I like that this, even though it kind of had that monster of the week or bad guy of the week sort of feel to it.
Yes.
At the same time, it was relevant in order to introduce a new superpowered character.
Yes.
And also another shallow bad guy.
Yes.
Because the DC universe, not just with CW.
Yes.
DC says if you are rich, you are evil.
Yes.
And why are you evil? Because you are rich.
Yes.
So, what did you think about our new mini bad guy?
Talbot? Morgan Chase? Well, I just like the actor, and I think hopefully we haven't seen the last of him.
I don't think we have.
he definitely brought in a nice new flavor, non-superpower, non-CGI flavor to the show.
But do you think it's kind of overdone, the rich guy being the bad guy sort of thing? Now, granted, they are making him out to be a very minor part of the grander bad guy scheme here.
Didn't really think about that, honestly.
Yeah. Well, you also didn't watch much of season 1, so...
Yeah.
And that's where my main comparison would come in there. But he's more of a lackey.
Yeah.
So that definitely does help.
But you know, in the absence of Chris Wood being a main cast member, Katie McGrath is now a main cast member.
Yes. Who, and it may just be my ears being too sensitive, but was definitely a little bit more Irish this episode. So
I didn't hear it,
but
I do agree that sometimes she does slip.
Yeah.
And I think that falls on either the actor or the editor.
Yeah.
I like to think you couldn't consistently say that word that way.
Yeah. It's like you know how to say literally.
And there was a word in season 2. I'd have to watch it again to pick it out, but I just remember it like literally doing a double take on. No.
You're supposed to be an American.
I've never heard that said in this.
Yeah, that's not how we say things in America.
Yeah. So, but
still a great actress though.
She's working at do you believe that this season we'll see, hey, she is Luthor, you are a super person?
Yeah.
We all know where that...
I'm hoping that if we do see that sort of relationship...
Because with Smallville, they didn't start out. They did play the friend card for a while.
Right.
So it was a hot minute before they became what they're known to be as.
Yeah. Well, I hope if they do that for this season, like they kind of teased that last season, they actually do something with it. Mm-hmm. So stop making Lena jump back and forth between being, am I good, am I bad? It's like, pick a lane and stay in it for a good while. So that way, I'm on her side either way, just because the actress.
Well, I like a good guy relationship.
Right, yeah.
And I think a real steady bad guy is what the show needs now.
Yeah. I think, though, it's going to take something major to put her back on the bad guy side. And I can't really predict what it would have to be, because she is pretty good right now. And she wants to do nice things, and she wants to be successful at the same time.
Well, whenever that happens, we'll be all eyes and ears.
Yes.
Let's see, what else?
I love that Kat has moved on up.
Yes. And they have things to say about things.
Yes.
We won't get into that.
No, they do not hide their political leanings at all.
We won't get into that, though, but just say that I caught you. I got you, guys. Yeah. I caught you.
Because we're still assuming that Wonder Woman's president.
Yes. Let's see. Jimmy was...
I did not like Jimmy in this episode, but I liked not liking Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because, he's always been likable. So finally he acts like a boss. And it's like, no, be nice to Kara. Kara is in a difficult spot right now.
I think, I don't know if this is supposed to say something, but I like that we did not see Guardian at all.
Yeah.
Because, I thought it was a nice, nice in that, oh, this is a nice sweater.
Yeah.
kind of thing. It was nice that he got a little hero arc, but this episode really showed that he's better doing Jimmy Olsen stuff.
Right.
Not trying to be a superhero.
Yeah. And hopefully that's something that the
Don't
CW
know, that was
has realized.
Just... What?
Hopefully that's something the CW has realized.
Yeah, because if he was just better at it, I wouldn't mind. Like, I assume, because I don't watch it, I assume Dig on Arrow is still pretty handy without Arrow.
Right.
Guardian...
Yeah, and frankly,
was not very good on his own.
Yeah, and frankly, I don't feel like spending the time watching Guardian get trained and all of this. Just be Jimmy. Be the best Jimmy you can be.
Yeah. Because if the new baddies come around, you have no rights to be around that one.
No.
You really didn't have any right fighting the Daxamites, but whatever.
Yeah. So how do you like how they we have a new female superpowered person?
Yes.
How do you like how they introduced her?
Interesting.
I liked it. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder. When they CW and their spoilers. Well, they already let the cat out of the bag that she won't come in all superpowery.
Right.
So already, I already knew that.
Yeah.
I like that they sprinkled in within the first one because I thought she was going to be mom for 4 episodes.
Right.
So I like that they sprinkled in a little bit.
Yeah.
So
and they can't leave you hanging. Yeah. If you avoid the spoilers, you're left hanging.
I hope she's going to have a cool costume and makeup. That's just that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen pictures of the comic book characters. Like, I know you're not going to look like that.
No.
But
do better, CW. Do better than CBS did with Banshee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Even though that's exactly how she looks in the comics.
But it was still horrible.
Some
things don't translate well into real life.
Livewire, still great.
Yeah. Love Livewire.
Yeah. I hope she comes back.
Yeah.
She should be like the long-standing one.
Yeah. I mean, she's still alive. So.
Still alive and has been in every season so far.
Yeah.
But, granted, there's only
2 seasons.
But still, I mean, has Silver Banshee.
It's still true.
Has Silver Banshee? No. So, I hope Rain, the World Killer, looks cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, anything else? Wynn's still lovable.
He is, yeah. So
Martian Manhunter still
Martian Manhunter. We got to see his more human side.
It was,
too.
yeah. So, and this time I did not see. That's the other thing that really bugged me about The Flash. I didn't see a preview for the next episode of Supergirl. No. Did you?
Nope, and I watched it the day after, so they could have put it in there.
I watched it. Well, I watched it the night of, just later in the night, but on the CW app. And I do not recall seeing a preview. So maybe they're just intentionally screwing us on The Flash.
Yeah, it's like, you're not going to like it anyway, so we're just going to show you everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode, but it's kind of the good thing. I was like, no, I can wait a week. I'm still game.
Yeah. To circle back around to the Rainbows and Puppy Dogs, I do like that the writers for Supergirl are giving other people some funny lines. So, like,
particular one?
In particular, when Supergirl storms off and they're asking, why is she acting like you, Alex? She's like, no, I don't act like that. Do I? No, I'm not like that at all. It's like, no, you're totally like that.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, but they just sprinkle in the humor. So.
And because we mostly close The Flash with CGI talk, how is it that the CGI in this worked out so much better?
There's a friggin' submarine in this that has cloaking technology.
Well, the thing is,
and it works.
maybe because Supergirl flies all the time, so whoever works on that show has mastered air CGI.
Right.
Because when each speedster on The Flash runs, it looks great. It's when he was getting airborne.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah. He slips into a video game.
Yeah. So maybe they should call each other. It's like, hey, how do you make Supergirl look very close to realistic when she zips around in the air?
Because you're not competing shows.
No.
You're on the same team here.
As they like to point out all the time.
I assumed that behind the scenes they were literally on the same team.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to think they're like not even located in the same areas.
But just stuff like that. And yeah, like you said, submarine.
Yeah. Because as I will say, that was the most comic booky part of this episode.
Submarine.
The submarine scene.
But still.
As far as CGI and all that, it definitely worked.
Which is just weird how that one worked so much better than The Flash.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
As they say, these are the breaks.
Yep. So I think that about wraps us up for this week, and
whoosh.
Yeah, we'll be back with a lot of the same shows next week. Thankfully, nothing else added yet. So let's see you then.